Hello, everyone, and thank you so much for tuning in to a very special Boxing Authorities. On my left, Mr. Luther Dupree Jr.
Oh, don't mix me up with this guy, please.
Mr. Luther Dupree Jr., and of course, Mr. Smoking Jim Frazier, and my name is Claudio Relsano. September fights. Luther, Inoue, 27-0-24. And you know what? I did have him on my pound for pound. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, we didn't do our pound. We did heavyweight. I should have had him on my heavyweights. Okay, against TJ Dohney, who's 26-4-20, September 3rd. Luther, your thoughts on the fight?
Listen, I was sold once Inoue Monster just dominated Cool Boy Steve Fulton, Steph Fulton. He has everything. He has speed, power. I'd like to see him fight outside of his area. I'd like to see him move up and fight Tank, but this guy, he's fighting another guy, 4 losses. But I'm starting to see something. Inoue's getting dropped. He's getting caught more and more by these small guys. People talk about him fighting Tank. What is Tank going to do when he catches him? I don't think he's getting up, so I'd like to see him get a little more defensive-oriented before he tries to step up to like a Tank Davis. But there's no competition here. He's going to run through this guy. I don't see it going past 4 rounds.
Smoking Jim, the last show, said about Big Baby Anderson that he should fight some setups. Now, you and I said, how come he's not fighting the bigger names? To Jim's point, maybe his people know he's not ready for the big time. Maybe Inoue's people feel that he's not ready for the big time just yet.
Yeah. Listen, man, in that weight class, he's the top dog. I mean, nobody fight is going to get him.
But
he's
against
going to have
Tank?
to move up. I'd like to see it. I mean, he's talked about it.
Nice
Tank
fight.
has talked about it. It's time to make it happen. They're both getting older. We don't need to have another situation where they're hitting at the tail end of their career. Yeah, we don't need that. I'd like to see that happen sooner.
Right.
But this is no competition for Monster. 4 rounds or less.
Smoking?
Easy work.
Luther, one of Luther's undefeated, Fulton. I told you that Inoue was going to knock him out. You didn't give me the credit for that.
I did give you credit.
Nobody in the world is talking about Tank and Inoue. That's too big a jump.
They have been talking about it.
120, 122.
And he's
Tank
listen,
is,
and he
Tank's
can put
head,
on weight.
Tank's
And he
head
could
weighs
be-
more than that. So nobody's talking about that.
Jim, he could easily get to 135.
This is the Bruce Lee. This is maybe the best
here we go.
Fighter ever seen between 120 and 126. He got knockout power. He's unbelievable. He took a shot and got up from an outstanding fighter and knocked him out. But I tell you what, man, this guy, and he's a fighter. He fights very often.
A very good point.
And I tell you what, I'm a big time fan.
He does fight a lot, and I give him a lot of
yeah.
credit. You're right, Jim. Daniel Dubois, IBF champion, 21-2-20, will be fighting Anthony Joshua, who's 28-3 with 25 knockouts on the 21st. Luther, your thoughts on the fight and predictions?
This is going to be a rock'em sock'em type of fight. Both of them have major defensive flaws. Dubois, I've seen a lot of improvement since he lost to Joe Joyce. I think against the fight against Usyk, he had Usyk hurt. He should have had the championship belt because that was not a low blow. He hit him with a good body shot. And I'm not sold on Anthony Joshua's chin and heart yet. Think about who he's come back and beat. He hasn't beat anybody in the top 10. He beat Francis Ngannou in 20 seconds. And it looked like, I don't know, that fight looked very weird compared to Ngannou versus Tyson Fury.
Boy, didn't it.
Yeah, it looked really crazy. And then he beat Robert Helenius.
Excuse me.
That was another fight that didn't do anything for him. I think he steps up. Daniel Dubois has knocked out Anthony Joshua in sparring before. Did you know that, Jim? He's dropped him in sparring. So he's not afraid of Anthony Joshua. Daniel Dubois is still a sucker for an overhand right. Philip Herkovic was landing that at will, but he doesn't move his head, and we know Daniel Dubois has some pop. So I think whoever catches who first is going to win. And I think Dubois is going to drop Anthony Joshua at least once this fight. I don't see it going the distance. I think both of these guys lack a lot defensively, and I think Daniel Dubois can pull the upset. I'm not going to call it just yet. But I'm leaning that way. I think he can pull that upset.
Luther, you said Dubois has improved.
Yes.
Has AJ improved, or has he gone down or stayed the same?
You know what? I can't tell because of the competition Anthony Joshua's fought. I think
Yeah,
he's still-
Yanni, you can't really judge
you
it.
can't judge it. You know,
Unless
No,
he
he's
goes
on
in.
Otto Wallen.
Right.
Otto
well,
Wallin,
unless he goes
Otto
after him
Wallin
early.
hasn't fought for
Do you
years.
agree with
He
that?
had one loss.
And
He had one loss.
He
Do you
had
agree
one
with
loss
that,
to
Luther?
Fury. Pardon me?
If you were Anthony Joshua's trainer, don't fool around. Go in there and go for the knockout early.
I would because Daniel Dubois is another big fight. Try to catch him early, but I think this has a fight of the year potential.
Oh, really? Wow.
5 or 6 rounds at last. But I think Daniel Dubois can catch Anthony Joshua. I'm not sold on Joshua. He got a nice win streak going, but the guys he fought,
He's a Hall of Famer.
Otto Wallin hadn't been in the ring for years. Francis Ngannou, just his second fight.
Is he a Hall of
Robert
Famer?
Hellenius. A lot of guys make the Hall of
Is
Fame.
he a Hall of Famer?
Yeah, he probably will make it. Yeah, he probably will make it. But that doesn't mean I think he's one of the greatest. I won't do like you did and call him Cassius Clay. That was an insane statement. I'd like for you to take that back.
Both of them are in the Hall of Fame.
I'd like for you to take that back. Can you say you were wrong for calling him Cassius Clay?
No.
Jim, your thoughts when I told Luther, if I were Anthony Joshua's people, I'd say go after him early, surprise him, because you know how they do the feeling out process and all that. Dubois can hit, and if he catches Anthony Joshua, it might be trouble. Would you say go on the attack?
No chin, no heart,
Well,
AJ.
Well, first of all, you guys really underrate the greatness of Anthony Joshua.
I don't see it.
What
one
has
of
he
the
done?
top 6 or 7 heavyweights of all time.
Stop, Jim.
Listen, you're talking
Oh,
about
my
talking
gosh.
about Foreman and Ron Lau type fight. Listen, is this guy? Is he an African? Is he? What is he? Daniel Dubois.
They're
What
both
is
from
he?
the UK.
They're both from the UK, but his dad's African.
Well, Anthony Joshua has Nigerian in his blood, Jim. What are you talking about?
This guy got a lot of quit in him. He quit in 2 fights. I think Anthony Joshua at some point is going to make him. Anthony Joshua's
Joshua quit against
combination,
Ruiz?
He keeps his hands up. He got power in both hands. He's tall. He got a fighter's body. He got everything you're looking for. The legs, the
Sound
butt,
a little-
the
sound a
legs,
little
the
moist, Jim.
size. This is
Sound a little moist, Jim.
This is a
You
mismatch,
like his body.
and he finally gets his title back. He finally gets the heavyweight title back. And when Luther said last week that everybody recognizes Usyk as the world champion.
Everybody does.
Unanimous. What do you call it? Undisputed.
He was undisputed once he
But-
beat Fury.
But
They
when
stripped him.
Wilder only had 1 belt, you recognize when Joshua had 3 belts. You recognize Wilder
Joshua
as
wouldn't
the
fight
champion.
him. Joshua wouldn't fight him for
How,
50
who would
million.
win now? Who would win now?
I don't know. I still
Oh,
think Wilder could
well,
beat him.
who
'Cause
would win now?
Joshua has no chin.
Wilder lost it, in my opinion.
Yeah, he
not
never
only,
had
not
it.
only
Joshua,
maybe
he never
physically-
had it.
Well, Fury
Stop, Jim.
emptied the
Stop.
tank.
He never had it.
Fury emptied the tank, unfortunately.
He never
for
had
him.
it.
Well, I know Anthony Joshua didn't have 10 title defenses.
Pardon me?
He didn't have 10 title
And
defenses.
ain't none of them going to the Hall of Fame. Ain't
many-
none of them.
how many are on
All the
Anthony-
ones that
No, no.
beat him is
How-
going to the Hall of Fame.
How many Anthony Joshua's people are going to the Hall of Fame? How many
Pardon me?
of his opponents are going to the Hall of Fame?
Did he
Just
fight
Usyk.
Klitschko? He
Just
beat
Usyk.
Klitschko. How many times
Oh,
did
yeah,
Wilder
that's it.
fight Klitschko? How many times?
Just two. Just two.
Did he fight Klitschko?
So you said two?
You said Anthony. You said
said
Wilder
two,
fight
right?
Klitschko?
Usyk and Klitschko.
That's two.
Who
You
fought
got 2
Klitschko?
fights. And Wilder has 2.
Huh?
Wilder has 2 guys that are going to the Hall of Fame.
Fury and
Fury.
He didn't beat nobody that's going to the Hall of
who
Fame.
he
first
beat?
one-
Fury. Who
He
else?
didn't beat nobody that's going to the Hall of Fame.
That's why I say
Luis
you
Ortiz
guys-
is going to the Cuban Hall of Fame.
That's why I say you guys. Anthony Joshua's a cinch to be Hall of Famer. I don't know about a cinch.
He is. Listen. Wilder, Usyk,
Wilder, I'm
Fury,
okay with. Fury, I'm good
Joshua.
with.
They're all going to the Hall of Fame
Joshua,
right now.
what
if
has
they
he done?
stop right
what
now,
has he done
he was a unified champion.
for 5 minutes?
Beat Klitschko.
No, for years. Beat Klitschko. He's going to the Hall of Fame, Claudia.
The first, in my opinion, the first Canelo card that's good. Now, I don't ever remember a Canelo card that was good. So we'll go with a few of those fights. Caleb Plant is 22-2-13. Will be fighting Trevor Mcumby, 28-0 with 21 knockouts. Your thoughts, Luther?
Listen, man, Caleb Plant's one of my favorite fighters, man. A lot of heart, sweet hands, Plant. He's fighting a guy, Make America Great hat on, built forward tough, looked like a trucker. And I hope Caleb Plant treats him as such and stops him. Great record. I don't see much talent. I don't see much opposition for Caleb Plant. Again,
Who'd that
Trevor
guy
is
fight?
another guy who's caught with PEDs in the past. I think Caleb Plant can stop him in 8.
Smoking? He's going to stop him in 8? He's
I
not a
think he
big
can.
puncher.
He's not a big puncher, but I don't think Trevor's very good.
All right.
Yeah.
Jim?
Trevor with that hat on made me think maybe he's from Butler. Hey, listen, I'm just so glad the referee stepped in and didn't allow.
And saved Anthony Joshua?
And didn't allow
Canelo
to end his career.
Oh, you said he was
that
done.
Listen, this guy is bad for boxing. He
How
got
is he
garbage
bad?
mouth. Kids can't watch his press conference. He always got something to say. But I think that Trevor Mcumby is tailor-made for Caleb Plant. Caleb Plant still got the fast hands. Trevor's slow.
Sweet hands.
I think that Caleb Plant still has enough marbles. Canelo left him with just enough
come on.
marbles.
You had him
to
get
get
carried
by.
out.
Well, he quit. If he didn't
He
quit,
didn't quit, the referee stopped it.
Canelo was getting ready to do like
Jim.
he do and put him.
Jim,
He
you
was
need
going
to
to
stop all
retire
that.
like he do all the rest.
He ain't retired nobody.
He retired more than people on Social Security, bro.
Oh, come on.
I think Caleb Plant will outpoint Mcumby, or a stoppage. That's probably what you meant, an 8th round stoppage, not
Yeah,
a knockout.
yeah, not a knockout,
Yeah,
not putting him
I
to
think
sleep,
he's going to
yeah.
come in shape. He's a tough fighter. He's serious about
always in
fighting.
shape,
Yeah, and I like his mentality. Sometimes we tend to forget. Physically, a lot of these guys are great, but do they have it mentally?
Good point.
I think Caleb Plant will look good. I think he'll do well. Danny Garcia coming back.
2 years.
I always liked it. I can't believe it's 2 years. 37-3-21 will be fighting another guy, Lara, who's 41 years old. I always like Danny Garcia, but your thoughts on this fight? And is there a future for Danny Garcia?
Oh my goodness! I'm so this fight is we got to see who has more left. 2 years off, Claudio likes sending those headshots at Danny Garcia. I was trying to figure out why, but
It's the only one I can find.
Yeah, Lara is very underrated, man. He used to be a real mover, Cuban style.
But now he's
since he's
41.
got older,
Yeah.
now he stays in there and really delivers. Danny Garcia didn't have his power, didn't transfer when he moved up the first time, and he's moving up again. I think I like Lara in this fight. Because Danny Garcia, 2 years off. Lara showed me something the last time I saw him fight. I think I'm gonna call the upset and say Lara outpoints him.
Wow, okay.
Yeah.
Smoking?
Who's the guy with the ponytail that basically hasn't fought since he fought Pacquiao?
Oh, Thurman.
Thurman.
Wait a minute. One time. He's
One
right.
time.
He
That's the
fights
greatest.
one time.
That's the greatest nickname of all time. One time.
One time.
So until Danny Garcia gets in the ring, I ain't gonna believe it. I mean, these guys just disappear. But if they do fight, because Danny Garcia's always been a pretty good fighter. I didn't like when he beat my boy Salsa.
Oh, he didn't beat him. He
Local-
destroyed him.
Yeah,
He
I didn't
destroyed him.
that.
He destroyed
Salka
Salka.
was, he was on his
Salka,
way
salsa.
Salka.
Salka.
Salka's the one who came in with those shorts, right?
Yeah,
Bricks.
yeah.
The bricks.
Yeah.
That built
The
up
wall,
line got
whatever.
I'm surprised you don't wear them shorts, but I think that Danny Garcia, if he gets into the ring, will win. He was a talented kid.
He was. 2 years off is a long time.
And I'm not sure he's going
And
to
he's
get in the ring
enjoying
now.
life. Every time I see him, he's partying on his
He's having a
Instagram.
nice time.
I don't know.
I'm
I've
surprised
never
you
seen him
haven't
on the
been-
gym.
I'm surprised he hasn't been with you in some of your trips.
Man.
My boys are all over the place.
I wish.
On his way to Atlanta soon.
Oh yeah. Man, my boy's got some money.
Yeah, I
I'm
wish.
trying to go
I'm
to
trying to
Erie
be
with
like you
Ralph
guys.
for 2 weeks. What's the other place? Wheeling.
Really.
Okay. Rolly Romero, Manuel James.
Who is Manuel Jameis? Is he the quarterback for the Browns? Jameis Winston? I don't know who that guy is.
He works with the Ventos.
Right.
Yeah,
Listen, Rolly Romero, you never know. This guy is straight entertainment, man. Not very skilled. It'll be a barroom fight. I think he can beat Manuel Jameis. He needs it. I mean, he looked bad against Pitbull, got just completely destroyed. I don't think he got a new trainer, by the way, but I don't think his skills really improved that much. I have him winning. I haven't seen enough of this Manuel Jameis. I think Rolly gets a stoppage. He's going to go with that wild, crazy style.
You give him credit though. He's fighting and he's getting out there because he likes to talk.
He likes to talk. He's at all the fights and he's keeping his name out there,
he is.
and he can talk and he talks it. He's like a a poor man's Big Baby Miller.
Okay, speaking of that, you know, Ralph has all kind of sources, right?
Right.
No kidding. Guess who Big Baby Miller's fighting next?
Oh, gosh, who's he fighting next?
Rolly
Romero.
That'd be a hell of a press
Great
conference.
press conference.
Thank you for the info, Ralph. Go ahead.
Well, if Rolly lose this one, he's gonna move to West Virginia where you don't need a GED. I mean, this illiterate guy. Hey, listen, James is tailor-made for Rolly. He got a good record. He's undefeated, but he can be hit. And anybody that Rolly can hit consistently, he can take out. So I'm going with Rolly with the knockout.
I'm going because I don't know who this guy is, so you got to go with Rolly.
Oh, I've
Okay.
watched several of his fights. You never seen
Who,
James?
Manuel James?
Yeah.
You ain't, wait.
Several.
What, what's his best punch? What does he do good? Nothing.
Go ahead.
He got a pretty good overhand right.
What color is he?
But he keeps that left.
See, he don't answer that. What
He's
color?
white. He's white.
No, he's not.
Yeah, he's white.
I don't know.
On
Okay.
my TV, he was white.
That black and white TV, Jim, you don't know.
All right. Canelo versus Berlanga, something my boy called, when did you call that?
2 years ago.
Mid-23.
Yeah, I knew that was going to happen, man. It's a disgusting
Good call,
fight.
Lou.
Really?
It's a disgusting
Oh, okay,
fight.
wait. Yes, we want him to fight David Benavidez, Morrell, somebody. But you don't think this is going to be competitive?
No. I think Berlanga's going to get outclassed. I think Canelo should watch his ears because he's going to be beating him so bad. Bite Linga might come
Remember
back
that. Yeah,
because
I forgot about that.
you know, he's not ready. You know, ever since he stopped fighting those Uber drivers, he's been struggling. He had all those first round knockouts when he stepped up his competition. All his flaws got shown, and look for Canelo to take advantage of it. It's going to be an ugly fight. Bad news for the Puerto Rican prince, man. He's going to get stopped. He's going to look bad. He's going to start reverting to dirty tactics, you know, biting, doing whatever. And Canelo, another cherry pick. I'm very disappointed in this fight. I knew it was coming. I didn't want to believe it.
Who's next for Canelo? You're always right on that.
Whoever he can bring up from a lower weight class.
Inoue?
Yeah, Inoue or somebody small. I'm very disgusted with the way he's moving right now.
Jim, if you don't mind, I'll go. You go.
You
go.
sure?
Yeah, go ahead.
Only ears that taste good is black ears. Mexican ears don't taste good. This is a perfect fight because Mexicans and Puerto Ricans hate each other and Dominicans hate them all. So this is going to be perfect. This is an undefeated fighter. Canelo's still staying busy. He's waiting for that $200 million or $150 million payday with David Benavidez.
Who's
That's
giving
going to
him
be
that?
down the road when Benavidez gets a little bit more.
When he gets
name
old and
recognition.
hurt, they don't fight him.
Well, he's younger than Canelo, so when he gets a little bit more name recognition.
Canelo's about to cash out. I don't
Well,
think he has too much
let me
more.
ask you guys
Why?
this
He
one
ain't fighting
question.
anybody.
Let me ask you guys this one question, Claudio, because I don't think you'll answer it, Lou. If you had $1, you could put that $1 on the lottery and win 600, or you could put it on the Mega Million and win 500 million. What would you do?
Which one do I have the odds of
$1.
winning better?
Well, it's same odds.
Well,
Same
obviously the big one.
Okay, so that's what Canelo's doing with David Benavidez. That's a $200 million fight. And he's not going to fight him for $40 million. That's a $200 million.
That sounds like a duck. When you
Did
has he
Mayweather
done this?
duck-
Has he done this to anybody else?
You wouldn't put your dollar on the Mega Million?
Jill,
You wouldn't put your
Jill,
dollar.
We've never
Would you
seen.
put your
We've
dollar
never
on the Mega
seen
Million?
somebody move
Would
like
you
this.
put your dollar on the Mega Million?
That doesn't even make sense.
Okay,
we've
no,
never
it makes
seen.
sense.
Explain
We've
what you
never
mean
seen
by
it-
that.
We've never seen a great heavyweight or a great boxer say, "If you want me to fight him, pay me $200 million."
He's already
guaranteed."
fought 22 world champions. How many more?
But
you
he's
want him
out.
to fight?
But he's
he's
doing
never-
something.
he's never done
absent.
this.
It's
Even
almost like a
he even
trade in
said it with
football.
yeah.
You know, you want Tom Brady. You have to give us your entire defense and damn well.
Would you want Brandon Ayuk? Brandon Ayuk said, "I want 32 million, and somebody's gonna give it to me."
You know what, it's
Should he-
almost like
should he
a-
take 5 million?
You may appreciate
Should Brandon
this.
Ayuk take 5 million when he can get 32
Jill.
million?
No, but okay, Luke, you may appreciate this. It's like when the Pirates
Per year?
They would say that they were going to go after Trout. damn well they're not going to go
Right.
after Trout, but they're
Exactly.
saying it.
Right.
They're going to. Well, we offered him $20 million, but the Mets are offering him $150 million. Yeah, it's a well.
You don't think Canelo can get 150 million?
No.
No.
Not
When
anymore.
Mayweather
Not
got
anymore.
224 million?
But he was the guy. He was the dog.
Was he the guy against
And
Gotti?
Canelo
Was he a
moving
guy
up.
against Gotti?
But Gotti was exciting.
Huh? No,
Gotti
I'm talking
was-
about just his
John
recent
Gotti.
fight. John
Oh, come
Gotti
on,
the
Jim.
third. Was he the man
Jim,
then? Mayweather?
This is an exhibition
No,
fight. You
that's-
can't
yeah, I know
compare
what
that.
Tyson,
Stop.
Tyson could fight
They
Gotti
fight.
and
That
pay-per-view
didn't
would have went
happen
through
yet.
the roof.
That didn't happen yet.
No, it's
Didn't
coming
know
up.
was
It's coming
nobody
up.
even cares.
Here's my thing about Canelo. Okay, I will look at it two different ways. As a fan, I'm 1,000% with
You
Luther
would
Dupree
put the
Jr.
dollar on the Mega Million though, right?
Jim, come on. that
He
doesn't-
is. I'm all. As a fan, Luther's is 100% right. As a boxing manager, they are unbelievable. If you look at Canelo's
22
ledger,
world
his
champions.
okay,
70 fights.
You're right. He
20th
fought all
year.
these,
Belt
but when he
holders.
fought him at
20th
the right
year
fight
time.
in a row.
He fought him at
Belt
the right
holders.
time. They're belt holders.
He's been
me
fighting
per-
for 20 years.
Okay, to me,
You're a
in
fanboy.
scouting,
Jim,
they
you gotta
say
stop that fanboy,
they
man.
say, what can you hang your hat on? I don't know what I can hang my hat on about Canelo. You mentioned Gaddy.
He
John,
turned pro 20 years ago at 15. What was you
They've
doing
managed-
at 15, Luke?
they've
Trying to
managed
figure
him-
out whether you was going to flunk Spanish or French?
come on.
They've
Trying to
managed
figure
him.
out that you
Luther,
couldn't do algebra?
You have to give them credit. He has made zillions, hasn't had a
Yes.
risk.
Yes.
They've managed him terrifically. Can you at
Hasn't
least-
had a
can you-
risk?
Who?
He fought 22 world champions.
Who was a threat?
Yeah, David Benavidez haven't fought a risk. That's his
He's
problem.
smart. He will only fight Benavidez. Let me ask you this:
He gotta get
if
his weight up.
Benavidez gets beat his next fight, you know who's going to call him? Canelo.
No,
Yeah.
no,
You got to
no,
give Canelo
no,
credit.
No.
He fights people at the right time.
Yeah, when they're
okay?
undefeated.
When
they're undefeated.
It looks good. It's a
When they're
sexy.
undefeated.
It's somewhat.
You going to give him any credit?
No.
Jim,
David
nobody-
Benavidez hasn't
nobody's
fought five
Mayweather-
good guys.
nobody's
David
calling for these
Benavidez
fights,
haven't
Jim.
fought 5 good guys. Canelo's fought 22 world
Whenever he
champions.
fought
And nobody
somebody
was calling
really
for
good,
most of those guys.
he either lost or he had trouble with them.
Absolutely.
Bivol beat him. Mayweather embarrassed him.
How about the
and
70
Plant
guys
gave
he
him a
beat?
hard time.
How about the 70
Laura,
guys he
I
beat?
think
Laura
Laura
had-
beat him. I think Laura beat him.
Luther, you understand what I'm trying to say?
I know
Business
exactly what you're
wise,
saying.
they were brilliant. Brilliant who they fought
I just don't
at
like
the
that.
right time.
I
I,
just
know
don't
as
like
a
that
fan
when
you
you-
don't.
Luther
No, I
likes
don't like it,
David.
period.
Listen, Luther likes David Benavidez because
'Cause
he
he
only
fights
likes
everybody.
He only likes a Mexican when he's bashing another Mexican.
Let me ask you a
I
question.
like
You talk
guys
about a
who wanna
dollar.
fight.
You talk about a dollar.
Top
Who
dollar?
would you really pay to and be honest? Would you rather pay to go see Canelo Benavidez or Canelo Berlanga?
If
Yeah,
you,
yeah, answer the
question, Jim.
you mean me?
Yes,
Me personally?
yes.
I wouldn't pay nothing to go see Benavidez.
Why?
He ain't fought nobody. He's
Hey,
slow.
who's Berlanga?
He's overrated.
What did
Berlanga
Berlanga
do?
do?
Berlanga's on TV every week. And he got some fine
And
Puerto Rican guy girls out there.
Jim,
I
there
give
you
Canelo
go.
credit.
You call
I
him the
give his
Puerto Rican
management-
prince?
He's made
Listen, that's off. That's outside the
He's
ring.
made $1 zillion.
Yes.
I give him credit. I don't consider him top 20 pound
Not
for
at
pound
all.
of all
Not
time.
at all.
Top 5.
Not at all. No.
I'm talking about top 20 all time, pound for pound. I don't consider him top 20.
If
That's
he-
just me.
Redhead.
I need to see
this
him
country
fight-
hates redheads.
I need to see him fight somebody good. I need to see,
22 world champions.
as he
Jim,
put
that's
it,
a
what?
Belt
Go ahead.
holder. Those are belt holders. Champions, Jim.
Why ain't
Has
nobody
he-
else doing that? Because they be knocked out.
Oh, come on, Jim.
All right, we're going to take a
knocked
quick
out.
break.
Moving.
When we come back, we're going to do our top pound for today, and then we have a little something special at the end of the year, or an announcement anyway, to give you. So come on back to the Boxing Authorities. All right, welcome back to the Boxing Authorities. To hell with that special announcement. Anyway, okay, our pound for pound. The Boxing Authorities pound for pound, and I can't wait to hear Jim's.
Oh, my goodness.
Go ahead, Mr.
Can you
Dupree.
keep it to 15, Jim?
Yes.
I know, he has
All
like
right. Number-
15A.
Right,
I
right.
got 10. I got 10.
All right, so my top 10, pound for pound, starting from the bottom. Young, exciting fighter, Bam Bam Rodriguez. Exciting fights. I think he has a great future. You know, on my list, I want to give you my criteria. I don't have any PED users. I don't have any guys who cheated the game. And I use the list. the way it was made. Sugar Ray Robinson is basically how the pound for pound
was the
list
first guy?
was the first one. So I use that. So those are my criteria. Number 9, Philly's finest. He's going to take over boxing. Jerron Boots Enos. He has every skill imaginable. Great defense, flashy, left hand, power in both hands, can switch, orthodox, southpaw. He's amazing. Number 8, I got the Mexican monster, David Benavidez. Moved up to 175. He has Canelo running, ducking, trying to find anybody to avoid fighting him. I got him number 8. Number 7, Shakur Stevenson, also known as Tweeterson, because he's always tweeting online at somebody. He can't hit him. Very, very skilled fighter. I'd like him to get a little more offensively aggressiveness in his game, but I have him at number 7. Number 6, I have Bivol. Bivol dominated, completely embarrassed Canelo when he fought him.
Can I stop you there for a
go
second?
ahead.
Is he underrated, Bivol?
Dimitri Bivol,
He's
I kind of
winning.
think so.
He beat Canelo. That everybody says the greatest of all time.
I kind of think he is underrated, just because his style isn't very exciting. He doesn't get a lot of knockouts. In fact,
Well,
when
he
he knocked out the guy we had on our show, that was the first knockout he's had in years.
Zanad, yeah.
Zanad, yeah, Malik Zanad. He
I
stopped
got
him.
knocked out that fight too.
Right. But Bivol's very underrated. Great skill, classic traditional boxer. Not a lot of power. Number 5, I got the caveman. Better be, if order be, better be. And he's a
heavyweight champ of the
the
world.
heavyweight champ according to Jim. The caveman. Getting a little older in the tooth. He's getting hit a lot more. So I give Bivol a chance to beat him on points if he can avoid, taking a lot of punishment. Number 4, I've got to go to Monster Inoue. Monster Inoue, I had him low on the list, but the last few fights he's really grown on me. I still would like him to move up and fight some better competition because he's a big guy down at 120. He could definitely
That's why he's
get up to
clocking these
135.
guys, yeah.
He can definitely
But
move
Luther,
up.
if he's getting knocked down at his weight, if he moves
Exactly,
up,
and that's what I'm saying. Defensively, and is he chinny? Because he's gotten knocked out in a number of fights. But I would like to see him move up. Number 3, I got Baltimore's finest, Tank Davis. Is he still going by Javante Davis or Abdul Wahid? I don't know. Whatever it is,
Let Jim
him
answer
Tank.
that one.
I'll call him Tank, and he's knocking everybody out. Very impressive victory over a Frank Martin. Can do it all. Southpaw, and I saw him working orthodox style as well. So he's really studying the game. He can be. I've seen him beat you off the back foot, moving forward, all types of ways. He beat Pitbull boxing with one hand that Jim didn't think he could do. I got him number 3. Number 2, I got Alexander Usyk. I traditionally don't put heavyweights on there, but what he's done at cruiserweight and heavyweight, the way he dominated and destroyed Jim's greatest fighter of all time, Tyson Fury, I got to have him at number 2. And
Can I
number
interrupt
1,
you before you go to number 1?
Yes.
Tank Davis, are you more impressed with his roster of fights than Canelo?
Yeah, I'll say yes.
Thank you.
I like Tank's.
He'll fight anybody.
He's giving up size. I saw him fight a guy that looked like he was
Styles.
like 7 inches taller.
Styles.
Than
Yeah,
everything.
he fought Raleigh that couldn't fight. Most of them.
Rawley's not easy to fight.
He
Rawley's
fought
not
Ghost
easy to
Martin
fight.
that got 12
Listen,
fights.
we're talking about Tank Davis.
He's fighting nobody.
Fighting,
He's fighting
he was
nobody.
at 140.
He's fighting nobody.
Right. Good.
All right, and
Luther.
number 1, of course, I got Bud Crawford. Bud Crawford destroyed Spence, came back and beat Madrimov in impressive fashion. He's trying to go after Canelo. Canelo's running from him, too. Hopefully he fights Boots. Boots and Bud could be the fight of the century. Both of those guys are special. I would love to see it. If Bud can't get Canelo, how about giving us
Oh,
Boots
wait a minute.
before you
You
go?
don't have Canelo in your top 10.
No. PEDs. Anybody who's caught with PEDs, I can't put him on my list.
But he got a
'Cause-
heavyweight on it where he said he'll never put a heavyweight on.
Well, he's a cruiserweight. He's
We
a
don't
blown
know
up
what
cruiserweight. He's a blown up cruiserweight.
flip-flop
He's
on
a
one
blown up
side, but-
cruiserweight. He's not really a heavyweight. He's a blown up cruiserweight. He's a small guy.
Anything over 176 is a heavyweight.
Yeah, here you go. Yeah, according to you.
Go ahead, Jim.
All right, I'm gonna be real quick. 10B, Boozy Enos. 10A, I gotta have Clarissa Shields. I tell you what, I got
there
on
you go
Clarissa
with this.
Shields over the years. Her last fight when she fought heavyweight, I thought
She
was
didn't have to cut
outstanding.
weight.
She did good. She knocked the young lady out. She had her hurt. Didn't let her off the hook. She showed excitement.
Finished.
And I tell you what, she is the Caitlin Clark. She
Oh,
could be the
come on.
Caitlin
Caitlin Clark gotta win
of
something first,
boxing
Jim.
if she. I haven't been this impressed with Clarissa Shields since she won back-to-back Olympic golds. And again, she moved from her one-weight class to heavyweight like Arthur Better Behave can do.
Stop.
Number,
I knew he was going to
and
throw
I tell
that
you
in
what,
there.
the one thing I love about her is, everybody's getting all this body work done. She didn't have to get the Vivica Fox body unit to be popular.
Jim. So you say that. Is it because she didn't have to cut weight? She didn't have to lose any power?
Pardon me?
Remember, we always talk about these guys cutting
No,
weight
because she
and losing power?
underperformed. She underperformed
Jim,
and nobody
she
wanted to
wasn't
see her
cutting
fight.
weight.
Now, I want to see her fight now, and I loved it. I want to see her
Jim,
fight.
she wasn't cutting weight. She's at her natural
Her
weight
natural
now.
weight is heavyweight?
Yes. She's not a small woman,
She was
Jim.
carrying a lot of weight in Stevenson's locker room. But yeah, she was carrying some weight. But hey, number 9, I agree with Luther. I had him on my list. Jesse Bam Bam Rodriguez. Number 8, B, Virgil Ortiz.
Oh, my goodness.
Ortiz.
Number
You have him
8,
over Boots?
Number 8.
Oh, my
I
gosh.
had him over Bougie, yeah. Number
name is
8A, Usyk. Number 7B.
8?
Number 7B, Haney. Number 7A, Stevenson. I hope his
Oh, Henry dropped out of yours too, huh?
I hope his fiance's back from the dream team in
Oh,
Paris,
come on,
France.
Jim. Stop,
I
Jim.
just hope.
Stop,
Number
Jim.
6, Lomo is number 6.
Get out. What?
Number 5, Ryan Sugar Ray Garcia. Number 4B, Morrell. Number 4, you guys didn't have him. I'm surprised. Junto Nakatani. You guys didn't have
He's
him.
a shortstop for sure.
Nakatani.
Lou, you got to get on him. Let me
What
spell
weight
the
class-
name.
what weight class is he, Jim?
122.
Oh, Jim, I'm not-
Listen, 120, 118. Junto is his first name.
I'll give him
I know,
credit
Tom.
when he fights Inoue. I'll give him credit.
N-A-K-A-T-A-N-I. This guy's unbelievable.
Did he
Check him
fight
out.
Inoue yet?
Check him out. He's outside.
him
I
fight
hope they
Inoue.
never fight. I hope they not want
Why?
to see Asian and Asian crime.
It's a boxing.
Number 3, Terrence Bud Crawford.
3?
Number 2B, Tank Davis. Number 2A, Inoue, the Bruce Lee. And I tell you what, Luther, very few people walk through Brooklyn looking for Mike Tyson in his prime. But this guy did it. The boogeyman of boxing was Triple G. He went looking for him. I was scared to death. He beat him. He beat Hall of Famers like Shane
here we
Mosley, Cotto, Sergey Kovalev, Danny Jacobs. He 5 different weight classes, went up almost 100 pounds to fight. He's destroyed the destroyers. And I tell you what, Lou, this is a guy that's in the all-time top 5, 74, 2-2, 52 knockouts. Canelo Alvarez, pound for pound, my number 1.
Absolutely not.
And I tell you what, you guys talk about Tank Davis. Number 1, he got a shaky resume as far as fighter. Great fighters, I was wrong on him. You know what I mean? He's been in the back of a police car more than I take an Uber. His Uber Eats is bologna sandwiches. Listen, this guy's a thug stud.
Stop, Jim.
He's a thug stud.
Why,
And he's
Jim?
fighting guys that don't have a lot of fights or not very good. And a lot of guys are ducking him. I agree with that. But you can't compare his resume to Canelo's 22 world champions. How many
Well,
world
he's still
champions?
young yet, but
how many
he's got a
world
nice
champ-
resume.
Huh? How many
got a
world
nice
champions? No, what resume he got? He knocks people out, yeah, but he's fighting.
Canelo's
he's fighting
avoiding
guys
a
with
lot of the
15
tough
or less
fights.
fights.
Well, that's my point. Who has Tank said had making an excuse that I won't fight him?
Pardon me?
I never heard Tank say, give me
Tank-
$200 million to fight.
Well,
Tank
who
go
is
to
he
140?
avoiding?
Did
Nobody.
Tank go to 140? Canelo went from 140
Tank is
all the way up to
5'5".
175.
Tank won a title at 140.
And went right back down. Went right back down.
Because
And
he's
his head
5'5".
never shrunk. He
Jim-
ain't Barry Bonds.
Listen, because unlike Pitbull, he went up there and said, man, these big guys are a little longer.
So he is ducking.
No.
So he is
said,
ducking.
my natural weight is 135.
And
I didn't
Canelo's
feel right up
natural
there.
weight is 140.
No, he's not.
No,
No,
Canelo's
he's not.
140.
He started off at
Oh,
140.
he's a thick man.
He
He's
started off.
He's
Tank got the
grown
head
in-
of a 175 pounder.
Come on, Jim.
He got the
You
head of
know his head
175
size.
pounds.
His head is smaller
10.
than yours, Jim.
And I'm a Loma fan, but I don't have him in my top 10. Okay, I got Canelo 10.
Good job.
9 Boots Ennis with a bullet going up. David Benavidez 8. I would like to put him up a little higher.
He can't
but
get
He
the
don't
fights.
deserve it like
He can't get the fights.
7B Shakur Stevenson. 7 Tyson Fury. 6 Usyk. 5 Inoue, who's climbing.
Six. Well, you said 6 Usyk?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I-
agree with
I'm
that.
still
I agree
not
with that. I agree with Claudio.
Crazy about it. Inoue 5, 4 Bivol. Bivol just wins. May not be pretty, but he wins. 3, I have the next heavyweight champ of the world, Beterbiev. 2 Tank, and 1B Terrence Crawford. Again, he's winning. He's winning. And 1A is Guido Vianello. Is 1A.
Where you got Earl Spence?
Home,
Okay, yeah.
retired.
He's off my list as
Okay,
well
good.
because I you know
He
'cause
got off your lift quick.
No, because
Oh, he
he
got
hasn't
beaten.
He
I
hasn't
said-
fought, and we
Was
don't
I
know
the only
medically.
one that said he don't need to fight Bud Crawford? He can't beat him.
No, you're
He
right.
didn't need it. It was
He
going
didn't
to kill
just
his
lose,
career.
he got
it was
beat.
going to crush his career.
Something was wrong with him. He wasn't.
Yeah,
right.
something was
He had
wrong
a-
with him.
Well,
he got
yeah,
hit
He
by a
had,
better
he had
fighter.
broken ribs going into the fight.
Oh,
A
here
lot of
we
things.
go. He had
No,
broken
it's
ribs.
true. He had a
He got
broken rib.
If he had broken rib, he would not have gone in that ring because you can't breathe when you have a
Yeah.
broken
Hey,
rib.
he's a warrior. He's a
warrior,
warrior.
hell.
We've never
ain't
seen
that
him.
much
You
of a
hear
warrior.
anything on these black stations? Like I said, until he lit the torch, Ali was coming back. Every time Ali coming back.
Jim, you know, I don't want to mention his name, but you know who he reminded me of.
Yes, yes.
He did. You know,
Yeah.
your boy on
Yeah,
the boat.
yeah,
You said,
yeah.
damn, the boat isn't even moving yet. And you're right. He just did not look right, Spence,
Yeah,
going
Crawford-
into it.
Crawford
Exactly.
put it on him. Yeah.
Even in the locker room, Spence didn't look
Yeah,
right.
he didn't look right after.
In
the
all
fight.
honesty,
No, but
though,
remember,
you
he's had-
have to have the corners that. What the hell?
He come running in with the Dallas Cowboys before the
Now
fight.
remember, listen.
Everybody thought he was Emmitt Smith.
Remember. He
After
was
the fight,
he was in
Yeah.
2 car accidents. He
that
had
was
the
his
eye
fault.
surgery.
It was suicide
It's
watch.
not suicide. Come
Suicide
on, Jim.
watch.
Stop saying that.
Well, you know.
But Spence, Crawford just put it on
He
him.
did.
I mean,
Crawford never looked as good, and Spence
Oh,
never looked as bad.
I predicted it, so I knew he's
Oh,
always
Jim,
looked that
please,
good.
you always
but
make-
little man was dropping Crawford. I can hear you now. What's Spence going to do with the body shot? He couldn't
Jim,
find that
listen,
body.
I didn't know Spence was going to go in there hurt. Bud
Yeah,
did his
yeah,
thing. He
yeah.
gets full credit. But
Now, you
something
and I-
was wrong with Spence, and I don't think
Oh, no
Spence
doubt.
can
And
fight
something will be
again.
wrong
No,
with
no.
Crawford if he fight Canelo.
No.
Canelo put it on.
You don't think that's a good fight at all?
For Crawford?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good fight for him to realize his
You don't think
place.
he would-
He'll put him in his place.
You really think Canelo will dominate him?
Oh my goodness. Yes. He'll retire him
Listen,
like he did the rest.
What does
He'll
Canelo
retire
have,
him like he
what
did
does
the
Cra-
rest.
What does Canelo have problems with? Guys who will move and don't stay in front of him.
What, Crawford's a mover since when?
He was
Since
mo-
when?
Did you
Since
see him?
when?
Did you see him against
You mean the
Magic
one that's
Mike?
from Omaha, Nebraska?
he
He
was
couldn't even
moving.
move at the WWE.
Oh,
he couldn't
stop,
even move.
Bill, please.
The guy
He is moving pretty well to me.
Hey, speaking of WWE, the Jake Paul Tyson fight is supposed to happen in September, I think.
Knockout.
For who?
Paul.
No,
Jake
are you
Paul.
being serious?
Yeah.
I don't like the fight. I don't
Why
like
don't
the
you
fight
like it?
because Mike, the fight was canceled because he has a medical situation. You know,
An
I
ulcer.
don't like
But he
the
had
fight.
an
He's-
ulcer. He
the
had
man,
an ulcer.
the man is older than you guys almost.
Did
man.
you see
There's
him
no way he
training?
should be in it.
Did you see him training?
Yeah, it's trash. You could
They
do that
say-
for 20 seconds.
Well, but
of
they say that
8
the punch
rounds.
is the last thing to go. But he looks like he still has some legs.
Oh my God.
Yeah, oh yeah. Tyson still got it. Like I said.
Jake Paul's
Jake
in the
Paul-
prime
If
of
it's
his
on the
career.
up and up, if it's look,
I've said
if
it.
it's-
I've said it all along. I said Jake Paul
I don't
knock
want
him
to
out
fight.
in 6.
Oh,
I said Jake Paul
you
knock
guys-
him out in 2. If he fought him in his prime, Jake Paul knock him out in 2.
Wait a minute. Wait. Jake Paul in his prime against Tyson's prime?
This Jake
That
Paul's in his
CTE is
prime
getting
right
bad,
now.
first
Yeah.
of all.
Wait a minute.
Jim, you're
Tyson's
talking
prime.
Jake
crazy.
Paul beats Mike Tyson.
Yeah, in 6 in his prime.
I
Just
don't-
like Kevin McBride
Listen,
did.
I don't like this fight at all for Tyson.
Just like Kevin McBride. He would beat Kevin McBride and
That was
Mike
a different.
Tyson.
You keep going. You always base when somebody says Muhammad Ali, you think of Trevor Burbank.
Right.
I don't.
Well, that
When you
was
think of
20
Sugar Ray
years.
Leonard.
That was 20 years ago. And Mike Tyson's 20 years older. He's going to be better?
Yes, that was not physically, but mentally.
Okay.
He didn't want it. He would have killed Kevin
Yeah.
McBride. And what was the other guy's name?
Drugs don't kill brain cells, right? But he mentally
Mike
better.
Tyson. There's guys. George Foreman came back. I'm not saying Tyson's going to have that type of career, but he just wasn't Mike Tyson. He even admitted. I saw that Jim Gray interview. He said, "I just don't have it." He didn't
I don't
want
want
it.
to see. I don't
He
want
didn't
to
have
see
that
this
instinct.
fight. I don't want to see this fight.
I don't want to see it, but I think he just in his
Then he fought that
In his
black guy,
prime, yeah.
Danny, that knocked him out.
Danny. That's the guy I was thinking about. He would have killed him. Tyson, in his prime, if he beat Michael Spinks in under a minute, what in the hell would he have done to Jake Paul? He'd have killed Jake Paul in his prime.
Come on, Jim.
Not even
You're
close.
talking wild,
they
Jim.
they would have
Come
took his license from him. Okay, but at this fight, if it's on the up, I'm up and up. That's a wrong
Do you
term.
think
If
Danny
it's-
and Kevin McBride is better than Jake Paul?
They're all the same, but you're comparing those guys.
That was
No,
20
they'd be
years
better
ago.
in they'd be better in
Like
Jake
Luther
Paul.
said,
Better in
Tyson's
Jake Paul.
old.
Better in
Tyson's
Jake
old.
Paul.
Yeah, Jake Paul put him out in 2.
No,
Yeah.
those McBride and what was that Danny guy's name?
Is it Jackson? Not Danny.
No.
Danny.
Not
But you're
Danny
right.
White,
But they would have beaten Jake Paul. Okay, I give Jake Paul credit. He's making money. He's good for female boxing. Mike Tyson, if he's allowed, because against Roy Jones Jr. they told him
He
not
can
to
do
go to the head.
headshots,
If
right.
they don't put a governor on him,
They're
he will.
not. They're not. They're gonna
Well, then he's going to knock him out within
like
one
he did,
round.
Like he did Kevin McBride.
One round.
Like he did
He
Danny.
didn't want it.
Claudia, we don't know how much stamina he has, man. He just was in a hard. He
He
just had a
don't need
medical
it. He
issue,
don't need
man.
it.
He
He
don't
doesn't
need much
stay in the ring.
He hits that guy one time in the ribs, it's over.
He don't
One
need
time.
much
When the last
stamina
time
for a
Mike's been in
2-round
the ring?
fight.
Doesn't matter.
When's the last time?
Against Jones.
Exactly.
And
That
how
was
did he
a
do
long
against
time
Jones?
ago.
No, a couple years ago.
That was a long time ago.
Tyson could
He
still.
need-
Jones ain't.
reminiscing.
Jones
Well, how
like
about
that
George
fight.
Foreman came back when he was fit, older and heavier?
He was training. He was, doing.
But he
his
did it
stuff.
the right way. But Mike Tyson, I just
He
don't
hasn't
see
been
it.
training though. You
Who,
right.
Tyson?
Tyson
Did you
has
see
been
the head movement?
Yeah.
The bull rushes that man had. He could still beat some of the. If you said right now Michael Hunter against Tyson, Michael Hunter, Tyson against.
How much stamina do you think he has?
I understand.
You know,
But then the game plan is we can't go past 3 or 4. Let's get his ass out right away. That's what I think. he
Jake
does.
Paul has been in. He's been training.
Is he
He's
a
been
real fighter,
fighting. He
though,
doesn't have to be.
Luther?
He's fighting a guy 30 years older than with some medical stuff
I don't
going
think
on.
it's close.
And Jake Paul's in my top 10 cruiserweight. Top 10 cruiserweights. Wouldn't you have him in your top 10 cruiser?
Who's he beat?
Well,
Let me
name
put it
me
this
10
way.
guys
the
that
legitimate
competed.
guy that he fought, Tommy Fury, he got beat.
right,
Tommy's
right.
in the top 10.
No, he's
Right,
He's in
No,
the
he's
top
Luther.
10.
not.
Right. No, he's not. You know what this is like? This is Major League Baseball against beer league softball. Jake Paul, no offense, you don't see me in the ring. I give him credit. Jake Paul
Talking
is
about
beer
the
league.
Savannah Bananas?
Oh yeah, I just saw that. I didn't even. But Jake Paul is beer league softball or high end softball. Mike Tyson is
Top 10
Major League
cruiser.
Baseball. Huh?
Top 10 cruiser right now.
Who?
Jake Paul.
They-
Where would Tyson
I
be
think
ranked
the WC
in the heavy?
I think the WBC did put him in
Okay,
there. One of
why?
them.
Does that mean
He's in
anything?
my top 10.
You know
He's in my
that,
top
Luther. Would you have put him in the
No,
top 20?
No, I wouldn't.
He knocked
You just
everybody
don't.
out.
You just don't
He's
show
not
up and be a
fighting
boxer.
anybody. He's not. The only legitimate cruiserweight he fought was Fury,
And he lost.
And he
And
lost.
look-
And
Fury.
after he knocks out Tyson, what do you guys
Who?
gonna say?
He
He
ain't
ain't fought nobody. Tyson
Look at
was
Ngannou.
I'm not-
Look at Ngannou, what he did. And he was better than Jake Paul, and he got smoked against AJ.
on- How did he
Tyson,
do against Tyson Fury?
He looked good against
I
Fury.
know
How
he
would he
did.
do against Usyk? Ngannou.
he would get outpointed.
Yeah, see? He fought
But
Sonny
Jake Paul
Liston.
ain't Ngannou.
He fought Sonny Liston.
Okay,
Sonny
but he ain't.
Liston.
But what's Jake Paul? What's Jake Paul bring to the table? What is he a hitter? No. Is he a boxer? No. What can you hang your hat on?
He's Cleveland. And that's Pittsburgh
what?
tough. He's from Cleveland. That's like being from Pittsburgh. That's tough. That's blue collar.
You understand what I'm saying?
I think Jake Paul does have some power.
Thank you.
But
You ever see his brother wrestle?
Gosh, Logan. That's the problem. He's too much of a WWE.
Who you like,
fan.
Tyson or better BF?
Better BF. Better BF.
I still am stuck on that. I never thought he would go that.
No,
One day you
That
guys
was
will
bad.
apologize to me like
I will
everybody else did.
apologize.
He's
gonna
about to
move up.
retire. He's not fighting
Who told you?
heavyweight.
You speak Russian now?
Those guys
last
would
week you
hurt
spoke.
him.
Last month you spoke Arabic. Now you speak Russian, Hebrew.
As always, we hope you enjoy. We hope you enjoyed our show as much as we enjoy bringing it to you. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Boxing Authorities.